Today I am going to teach chapter number 2, Understanding Secularism. Imagine yourself as Hindu or Muslims living in a part of USA where Christian fundamentalism is very powerful. Suppose that despite being a US citizen, no one is willing to rent their house to you. How would make this you feel? Would it not make you feel resentful? What if you decide to complain against the discrimination and were told to go back to India? Would this not make you feel angry? Your anger could take two forms. First, you may react by saying that Christians should get the same treatment in the places where Hindus and Muslims are in a minority. This is a form of retaliation. Or you might take the view that there should be justice for all. You may fight stating that no one should be discriminated against on the grounds of their religious practices and beliefs. This statement rests on assumption that all form of domination related to the religion should end. This is essence of secularism. In this chapter, you will read more about what this means in the Indian context. History provides us with many examples of discrimination on the basis of religions. Jews were persecuted in Hitler's Germany. Several millions people were killed. The Jewish state of Israel treats its own Muslims and Christians minority quite badly. In Saudi Arabia, non-Muslims are not allowed to build a temple, church, etc. In all above examples, members of one religion community either persecute or discriminate against members of other religious communities. This act of discrimination takes place more easily when one religion is given official recognition by the state at the expense of other religion. Clearly, no one would wish to be discriminated against because of their religion, nor dominated by another religion. In India, can this state discriminate against the citizen on the ground of their religion? No, not at all. Now we are going to see what is secularism. In terms of secularism, secularism has been incorporated in the preamble by 42nd Amendment of the Constitution. The Indian Constitution allows individual the freedom to live by their religion beliefs and practices. So, India is a secular state. Secularism refers to the separation of religion to separate religion from state. As discussed, the important aspect of secularism is its separation of religion from state power. This is important for a country to function democratically. No religion dominates another religion community. Majority religion groups does not violate the rights and beliefs of minority, which may create discrimination in democratic society, which is harmful for a true democracy. It is important to protect the freedom of every individual. The state can intervene in religion in order to end a evil social practice that it believes discriminates and violates fundamental rights. Example here is untouchability. The Article 17 has abolished untouchability. In India, we find multiple religious society. Here people of different religion are living here like Hindus, Muslims, Christian, Sikh. Hindus Hindus pray in temple, Muslims in mosque and Christian in church, Sikhs in Gurdwara. Now what is Indian secularism? Indian mandates that the Indian state be secular state. According to the Indian constitution, only a secular state can realize its objective to ensure the following. Number 1, no religion dominates another religious community. Number 2, no official religion of state is there. Third, State does not enforce any religion. Fourth, government space like law, courts, police station, government schools and offices are not supposed to promote any one religion. चालू मत करो, बीच में आ रहा ना चालू.
अरे सर बात
Here we are seeing the example of government high school. All citizens enjoys freedom of religion. No religious education festivals in government schools. Government schools cannot promote any one religion either in their morning prayer or through religious celebration. This rule does not apply to private school. Here we are seeing the example of government high school. No religious education festival is there in government school. Government schools cannot promote any one religion either in their morning prayer or through religious celebration. This rule does not apply to private schools. The second example, how secularism works to prevent the above domination through the strategy of non-interference. This means that in order to respect the sentiments of all religion and not to interfere with religious communities. For example, Sikh wearing a pagadi is a very important of their religion. The government cannot force them to wear a helmet. The third way in which Indian secularism works to prevent the domination listed earlier is through a strategy of intervention. You read earlier in this chapter about the untouchability. This is a good example where members of the same religion, that is upper caste Hindus, dominates other members, that is some lower caste within it. In order to prevent this religious based exclusion and discrimination of lower caste, the Indian Constitution bans untouchability. In this instance, the state is intervening in religion in order to end a social practice that it believes discriminates and excludes, that violates the fundamental rights of lower caste, who are the citizens of the country. Similarly, to ensure that laws relating to equal inheritance rights are respected, the state may have intervened all the religion-based personal laws of communities. The Indian secularism prevents the domination from majority to minority. The Indian secularism is different from other democratic countries, as Indian state can intervene in religious affair. The American concept of social secularism means separation of religion and state. No religious classification can be the basis of any public policy. Religious is totally a private matter, not a matter of state policy or law. The children are law. The children in the government schools of US starts their day by taking the pledge allegiance. The Pledge of Allegiance to the United States is an oath of loyalty, Republic of the United States of America. The pledge has been modified 4 times since then, with the most recent change adding the word "under the God" in 1954. Indian Constitution intervened in Hindu religious practices to untouchability. In Indian secularism, though the state is not strictly separated from religion, it does not maintain a principled distance. This is because the state has to be based on the ideals laid out in the Constitution. The Indian Constitution fundamental rights that are based on secular principles. So, India is a great example of democracy. In India, we find multiple religions are living with peace and harmony.